Sliding Doors originally when we first started the podcast, but
Mm-hmm.
that movie and Sliding Doors for some reason makes sense to me. Like Sliding Doors from a when you revisit where you could have ended up with somebody, or the process that you got to get to that point with somebody else. And then also from a man's perspective of Memento, we just like to forget a lot of shit. So
Yes.
I sometimes feel men were designed to forget shit. So I can agree with
women
you.
were designed to literally map out the different directions everything could have gone every single time, and also blame us for it not going that way. Have we significantly like marginalized, the sexes now?
Yeah, pretty much.
For the most part. Sorry.
I'll forward the angry emails your way. What are you kind of obsessed with right now, Cass?
Carson's naked face. Honestly, when I was thinking about this, I'm like, that's the only thing I'm like really excited about right now. The mustache is gone. The beard has not reappeared. It's been clean slate, and it's so damn cute. I'm very happy with it.
His picture on your birthday with the mustache, I died.
It's so ridiculous. See, so on my birthday, there was about almost 30 of us, rented a boat in Amsterdam and did this booze cruise. It was like a private boat in Amsterdam. And Carson brought a piñata, which I did not want to break because it was very adorable. It was a unicorn piñata. I had a hard time breaking it, but with enough alcohol, I finally got there. And
he held it in his hand though, without like a string.
Well, he tried to do the string thing, and I wasn't about it. Like we didn't have a stick because I told him I'm not going to do this on the boat because I didn't want to get shit all over the captain's boat. Like that's just a mess. So I was trying to karate chop it, and when that wasn't working, after about 20 seconds, I have very minimal patience. I commandeered the piñata and brought it to a friend, in which he said, "If you don't break it, I'm going to." Which I'm not going to let that happen on my birthday. So then I kung fu chop style opened the piñata. And with that were a whole bunch of goodies, including, what would you call them? Adhesive mustaches, which he immediately had to put on because I think he desperately misses his. But it's one less thing for me to bitch about. So I think it's a happier life for all of us without the mustache. But we have about 6 more left, so he can strap one on whenever he needs to right now. Smack one on, paste one on, stick one on. I don't know what's the right adjective for that. Wait, yeah.
I like them all.
I want a montage of
Noun.
Missing Carson's mustache, like memorandum. How do you say it?
Memento?
No, in memorandum or whatever. In memory of.
In memory of.
Yeah, we need to have like a very slow, sad process of just photos of his mustache missing it.
Yeah, you can if you have time, you can put that together.
So any semi weird things happening recently for you?
There's been plenty of weird moments, but this week's has been hard for my brain to pull back on memories. It's just been a very busy week. So I think if we want to touch base on Cruella de Vil, I'm more than happy to discuss that because that's a lasting memory I'll have forever.
Yes.
So when I was in Bruges, when was that, Jenny? December, mid to late December. Carson had gone on holiday in the States to work. So I was by myself in Bruges and I thought I'm going to do a beer tour because Belgium has some of the best beers and I really enjoy them. So I signed up for this beer tour through an agency that has locals that are willing to take you around to all the local spots, not touristy spots. So I get the message back from the guy. He informs me that he's already booked, but he'll hand me off to his friend, who I think her name was Sarah. And then I get a message from someone not named Sarah on my phone, text, telling me where to meet her. I really don't even remember her real name. I'll have to listen to my audio from before. But I met this woman who I was not sure I should engage with. So I could see her walk up to our meeting point, and she was mid-50s, maybe late 50s, possibly early 60s, but I think late 50s, in a neck to ankle fur coat that was cheetah print, leopard print, leopard print. Would you call that a leopard print?
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
poofy, not like expensive, like rich person, but like poofy. Got this from Forever 21 kind of thing. Lots of red lipstick. She looked like Cruella de Vil, like very just, I wasn't sure. I did not think that she was going to take me on a beer tour. So after much debating, I approached her. She was my person. We went and got a beer, and she informs me that she typically does historical tours. And I didn't believe that for 1 second. I don't know
No.
how she got this gig, but I did, from the things that she was telling me, I'm just like, get alcohol in your body so you can manage to get through this experience. So we had a couple beers, which turned into us walking around the markets, the Christmas markets at that point in time, which involved wine, which led us thinking maybe we should go get a beer over here where we can get dinner. And she proceeds to tell me, not her life story, but some interesting moments in life in a very vibrant manner. And she tells me that she used to smuggle diamonds from Morocco because she had moved there to be an art dealer, I believe. And she would cut out the core of the pineapple, right? So if you slice the pineapple in half, apparently if you core it out, you can put things, in her case, diamonds, in there. And then if you smash the two pieces together quickly before like the juices expire, it'll like kind of seal back together. Like it'll hold itself together again. So you got like a little pocket, a little fruit pocket that you can put stuff in. So she had been doing this for money. And the conversation just took off from there. I started recording, and we have audio that I would like to eventually provide. It's just going to take a lot of editing because I believe I left that on my machine on for maybe 3 hours talking to her. So we have a lot of audio to dig through, but she was one of the most vibrant people, and her story kept changing. So she lived in Morocco and she came back to Bruges, and she was here temporarily. And then it turned into, she's got an apartment and it's on the water because she's an artist and needs to paint on the water. That was the requirement. And it turned into her going back to somewhere else near Morocco because she had a husband. She was wearing a ring. And then later in the day when I asked her, there was no husband. Like it was a mess. It was a beautiful mess. But all that said, I've never heard of anyone smuggling diamonds and pineapples. And she was just not someone you'd expect to hear that statement from. So we will post pictures of her. I still have the photos. I would love to hear what you think she does for a living once you see the photos, not to make judgments. You should never judge a book by the cover, but her life stories were just,
Judge it.
It's just not what I was expecting.
This must be your first day.
This must be your first day. Are you new here?
Maybe.
Did you Uber a dinner date for the night?
I pretty much
Is that
paid her.
technically
Like
what you
what had
did?
happened was I paid for a dinner date. That's pretty much what I did. Like it was no beer tour. Like this guy was supposed to take me around to like 6 different places, try the beer, give me history on the beer, tell me about the bar we're in, tell me like there's supposed to be a whole experience around beer. And it turned out to us getting dinner.
But flip that. Like we'll just make a group of people that want somebody else to take them out every weekend, and we'll just call ourselves tour guides.
Yeah, that's pretty much what she did.
You'll just get a series of phone calls saying, "Hey, Tom, you're up."
And I would have, if I would have seen that experience posted next to the beer guide, I would have, because I was by myself, right? I would have hopped on that and been like, cool, I'm going to meet 4 other people that don't really know the area, and we're going to go around and drink a little and have dinner and share stories. And that sounds cool. I'll pay for that. Because it's a private tour you're booking. You're not like, hey, me and 30 people. It's like you and however many people you decide. So that's what I was paying for.
Evidently just one. Just you and Cruella de Vil.
Yeah. You know what? I've never had that experience before either. It's kind of like paying for a date without the boom boom. And not that I would have gone after that. I'm just saying it's kind of what it felt like.
All men everywhere have had that experience.
Women have had that experience as well.
Paying for the date without the boom boom?
I have.
Okay.
I'm sure Jenny hasn't. If she has, she's not going to tell us.
Oh. No, I don't know if I'll think about it.
Point for Cassie.
Well, so we are continuing to get through this whole puberty thing with my daughter.
That's fun.
And yeah. And so last weekend, my daughter was in the bathroom for a while, and like I was in and out, And he comes over to me and he goes, "Is it happening?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's happening." Like, and he goes, "Okay, all right." And so then he goes outside and he's grilling, and my son comes in and he's like, "Oh, hey guys, I want to I want to show you something." And my husband's like, "No, son, give him privacy, blah, blah, blah." I'm like, "All right, sweet." And then Vince continues to get white girl wasted. So hammered.
Aw.
And I'm like, what in the hell is going on? And so next day, the day ends, everything's great. So the next day, Vince is like, "Okay, so what happened yesterday?" And I was like, "I don't know. You couldn't you freaked out." And he was like, "Well, she got her period, right?" I was like, "No, she was shaving her legs." And he was like, "What?" Oh, okay.
So-
I thought, and I'm like, "No, we had been talking about this for weeks. She,
Oh, but okay.
We have been talking about this for weeks. You've been talking about shaving her legs for weeks.
yes, she had been like, "Can we go this weekend?" Da 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 da. And so
Every single thing, Jenny, like right now, every single thing is going to lead to my daughter's getting ready to get her period. Like everything.
I know.
Well, when you started,
always
when you started out with this statement, like, "Is it happening?" And you're like, "Yes." And she's alone in the bathroom. I'm thinking that's what's happening. She's
now I phrased it like this so you could see that it's an easy jump
sure
to where it happened. But what you missed was we needed to go to Target and spend $100 buying razors and made a whole big ordeal about it. And
important question.
She was excited. Yeah.
Did you buy Harry's razors from Target?
Okay. I gave her the option of Harry's.
You gave her a choice. Wow, kids these days are so privileged.
Here's the deal. I thought it would be too sharp.
My mom handed me a kitchen knife and was like, "Okay, you can try." That was the end of it.
Oh,
I'm just kidding. She didn't do that.
Yeah.
But I had these the blade. Have you seen those razors? Do you know what I'm talking about? The orange ones?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
That's pretty much a kitchen knife.
That's awful. No, she got a Flamingo. So, hey, Flamingo, if you're interested in sponsoring an up-and-coming podcast, hit us up. And I just thought Harry's would be pretty sharp.
They're so
and
sharp.
It's her first experience. And so I doubt she wanted a dude's name. Well,
I think also the weighted handle might have thrown her off too. She needs to know how to work a razor before she has a weighted handle.
Yeah. So she got the Flamingo Rose Gold.
What's a Flamingo? So who makes that? Is that its own brand?
That's it. The brand. Yeah. I'll show you. But so he's like, she was in there for 30 minutes. I'm like, honey, when she gets her period, she's not going to be in there for 30 minutes. He's like, oh, well, I just didn't know. She's my little girl. I didn't know how to handle it. And I'm like, all right, you got to get your shit together.
So he went and got hammered.
So then he got hammered so bad
to
where he was like, he goes, then I had nightmares. And I was like, okay. He's like bad ones. I'm like, well, what happened? He goes, she got pregnant. And then she told me to my face, she was 15. She got pregnant. And then she said, "Dad, I like dick. There's nothing you can do about it. I'm going to continue to have as much sex as I want."
That escalated quickly.
I'm like, you're cut off. You're so cut off.
You're cut off from all of our children's experiences when it comes to puberty. Stop it there.
Get your shit together. So if you are on social media, go ahead and follow us on It Got Weird Pod on IG, Twitter, Facebook. While you're finding us on iTunes, Google Play, Spreaker, Laughable, go ahead and rate, review, subscribe. It really helps a lot. I know we're gonna ask for this and plead whatever, but please go ahead and do that. And Brian, who are we unofficially sponsored by?
Well, today we are unofficially sponsored by Baby Pod Vaginal Sound System to give your fetus a concert. Gives them their first music and learning experience. Retailing online for $150. Get your Baby Pod direct from babypod.net. Baby Pod, rock on, you little crazy diamond, rock on. Yeah, I've included the instructions here for you guys to appreciate.